The Crafty Cat Story. Once upon a time, there was a forest, and in this forest, there was a tree. This tree had a nest on one of its branches, and a crow lived in this nest, while a bird lived in a hollow in the tree trunk. One morning, the bird said to the crow, "I've heard that there's a big harvest of crops in the neighboring kingdom. I'm going there to feast on this harvest, get fat, and then return." With that, the bird spread its wings, flew away, and the crow waited for the bird's return. The day came to an end, and night fell, but the bird did not return, leaving the crow worried. The crow thought, what could have happened? I hope the bird is okay and not stuck somewhere enjoying the bountiful crops. Several days passed, but the bird did not return. Finally, the crow gave up hope of the bird's return. One day, a wandering rabbit arrived in the vicinity and found a large empty nest in the hollow of the tree. The rabbit thought to itself, how beautiful this nest is, and it's empty. Why don't I make it my home? The rabbit began to live in the nest since there seemed to be no hope of the bird's return, and the crow allowed the rabbit to stay. After a few days, the bird returned to its nest, having feasted on the harvest daily and grown fat. When it began to miss its home, it returned. However, upon entering the nest, the bird found a white rabbit with long ears. The bird exclaimed, "Wait, rabbit! This is my home. Leave it immediately." The rabbit replied, "I've been living here for several days now, so this is my home." The bird insisted, "No, not at all. I've been living here for a long time. This is my home." The rabbit perked up its ears and said, "When it comes to animals and birds, this place belongs to them until they grow up, so now this is my home." This sparked a disagreement between the rabbit and the bird as they argued over their rights to the nest. Their argument didn't come to an end, and finally, the rabbit said, "Now we must go to a wise person to make the right decision for us. Once a decision is made, the one who gets the nest will stay, and the other will leave." The bird agreed, and the cat Tom had been listening to their argument from a distance for a while. He immediately took the gavel in his hand, closed his eyes, and shouted loudly, "The world is full of evil, only religion is my refuge now." Seeing the cat, the rabbit said, "Wow, this cat Tom seems to be a very spiritual man. Let's go to him and seek justice." The bird disagreed, "No, cat Tom is our eternal enemy. We should talk to him from a distance." The rabbit agreed, "Okay, we'll talk from a distance." The bird spoke to cat Tom from a distance, saying, "Hello." Cat Tom replied, "What did you say? Speak louder, I can't hear you clearly." To test if cat Tom would be happy to hear about food, the bird raised its voice and said, "Oh, King, please grant us justice. You see and eat the wrongdoer, you can eat one of us." Hearing this, cat Tom rubbed his eyes and ears and said, "Oh my, what did you say? I've given up hunting for a long time. Now, nonviolence is what I follow. Trust me, come closer and tell me everything clearly. Why are you two quarreling? Tell me everything from the beginning." The rabbit believed what cat Tom said, and he approached cat Tom closely. However, the bird was very clever and kept its distance. Cat Tom said, "Don't worry, little bird, I can't hear you well. So come closer and tell me everything clearly. I'll be able to hear you properly, and I'll deliver justice." The rabbit approached cat Tom, and in a loud voice, he told the entire story. When the bird saw this, it gained courage and approached cat Tom as well. Before it could say anything, cat Tom's sharp claws attacked the small bird, and it ended up inside cat Tom's mouth. In this way, the crow and the rabbit were left without a resolution to their dispute.